Alright, I got another recorded game for you guys over here. This was also sent to me, so I felt obligated to post this. My dog's walking in the background over here. I'm just going to put him in the other room. Go ahead, buddy. I personally am a big lover of animals. I'm also now realizing how much of an idiot I am, and I definitely could have recorded my games on a slightly higher quality. So from now on, I'm definitely going to record my games on a slightly higher quality. We'll see if my PC can handle this. I have basically a toaster oven that plays Age of Empires. You put bread inside of it, and then videos pop out of it. It's bad. And I would buy a better graphics card and all of that stuff, but right now everything is super overpriced because everybody's trying to get Doge coins and Bitcoins. And come on, Elon Musk, send me some of that moolah. So this video, according to Pingu, who is playing as the Vietnamese, is all about picking proper counters to your opponent's units. Sheep coming in over here. We got 4 sheep, and they were quite far away. So I wonder if blue sheep are. Yep, blue sheep also very far away. That is what ends up happening in these types of settings. Your sheep are proportional to the radius of your opponent, which is really interesting. I have a video about that if you are curious about why the sheep spawn far away for both Pingu and Mateas. It looks like this villager is just chilling out over here trying to get that boar. I didn't quite see what elo this was. Oh, he's going to take the forward. Nope. He's building a house out here. He's going to bring in that boar. A standard opening. We have 6 on food. And a nice standard little boar lure over here. A lot of boars in the back. And light blue is luring his boar. Ooh, it looks like, yeah, we have a little lame action going on. I'm actually a big proponent for laming. I think laming makes the game a lot more fun. I know some people really hate being lamed and will actually resign right here. Oh my gosh, you got my 2 sheep. Well, cry me a river. I think laming is part of the game, and it's just good fun to be had. If you can't make your build work without 2 sheep or without a board, then that's more on you than it is on anybody else. Age of Empires, I think, is all about adapting. And I think we saw that in a lot of videos so far already, that opponents who were able to adapt and change and play a different kind of age other than what their game plan had in store allowed them to be successful. Luring in the second boar over here. Oh, he's going to do the TC trick. And that... Oh, man. Oh, that is hard to watch. I mentioned in one of my other videos that if you shoot the boar with your TC, be careful. That is disastrous for Pengu. That food is now gone, but he did manage to steal those extra sheep, so I guess that kind of balances out. We have 18 pop over here. I wonder where that 17th villager is. Oh, I didn't click him. He is on berries as well. And over on this side, we have a total of 18 villagers as well. Pretty standard stuff. Light blue going for a little wall off over here. Nothing too crazy other than getting housed. Definitely looks like Matthias is a slightly faster player, although he doesn't really know what to do. He's going everything on food. I wonder if he has a build order in mind. Oh, and that's a very inefficient lumberjack. I like to click my lumberjacks next to the trees that are next to them. That really helps my gameplay a lot. It makes it more efficient. I mean, look at all the bumping that's going on over here. Definitely want some more of those on, uh, well, anything else than berries. Although he did kind of miss 2 sheep, so it is understandable. It does look like Pingu is now up to feudal age, has a bunch of idols over here. This will probably be tasks berries or something. He was pushing in some deer earlier. One by one, he is looking down. You can tell that this is not the highest elo game, but honestly, I'm not the highest elo player, so I gotta give uh, Pingu props for just reaching a really solid 20 pop feudal time here, almost up already. Does have a bunch of idols, definitely not the fastest of players, but you don't have to be the fastest of players, which I also like in Age of Empires. As long as you have a good build order, trying to figure out where he's going to place that house. Meanwhile, in light blue base, he is building a barracks, and let's see what he follows it up with. Ooh, not the best mining camp. If you do build a mining camp, you probably want to have it 1 tile away for efficiency's sake. Otherwise, they're going to be bumping and walking around. Having 1 tile is perfect. Did get that barracks up, and look at all these villagers on food. That's way too many villagers on food. If you're trying to improve your gameplay, it's definitely nice to spread them out a little bit. Meanwhile, we got a barracks with archery ranges. Yeah, I don't know about these militia. I feel like they're kind of late, although you could definitely still go for a men-at-arms rush. But at the same time, light blue has opted to go for men-at-arms as well. I'm a little bit confused here, but yeah. Looks like it's a double man-at-arm rush. Don't think Bing quite knows where his opponent is, or maybe he wants to surprise him and walk him around. Double archery range. We're going to have a ton of archers on the field in just a moment. The scout walking past the TC, no problemo. You can actually doink these farms that have just a tiny little bit of HP on them, and that will waste a whole bunch of wood. Like right now, boom, doink, and that is 60 wood gone. Yeah, I don't know what is up with these militia for sure. A whole bunch more going to gold. I am seriously curious what elo this is, and if we even have a decent game on our hands. But I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's by watching it. Man-at-Arms now coming in at 25 pop. This is a very slow Man-at-Arms. I did a Bulgarian build in which you're basically, when you're in feudal, as soon as you're in feudal, say 23 pop or something like that, you have 5 Man-at-Arms show up at your opponent's doorstep. Definitely worth checking it out if you're trying to do some cool strats. I definitely think the 5 man-at-arms in feudal age is very cool. It doesn't always work out because your villagers lack loom. You are saving that gold that you're spending, like these guys have 40 HP. You're spending that on militia, which will automatically turn into man-at-arms for Bulgarians. So I really like that aspect of it. 4 to build up the stable. And another stable. Does he have the food for that? These men-at-arms have just been chilling over here. They are waiting for the archer backup. Okay, men-at-arms and archers. Interesting. It's almost like the Rubenstock game. And now, light blue is going to start pushing forward with his men-at-arms. Maybe, maybe not. More farms are being built. And he's gonna chase down the archer, but he's gonna run into a whole bunch of uh-oh. That is definitely not a good trade. Outnumbered and surrounded by archers. He also has 2 scouts in which he could do something. Yeah, it looks like red is definitely the slower player here. Preemptive tower on that stone. I'm not a big fan of preemptive towers because you could simply walk around, tower over here, and you could still range that stone if you so wanted to. I think because light blue is Teutons, he wants to. Oof, that's a terrible tower too. It's like right next to the TC, and this TC covers all of this area already. I think I would have liked to see that tower over here much more. So, looping around super slow. Definitely would have been great if the scout were to scout that. I'm honestly right now feeling better about my gameplay, but that's not to say that I'm good by any means. Let's see how this game progresses. Ooh, nice from red. Oh, the bell! The bell! Oh no, the bell. Oh man, this is definitely some low elo legends over here, but I love it nonetheless. I'm really happy that Pengu sent me this recorded game, and let's see if he can beat what seems to be a slightly faster opponent. Although if he just sends like 5 more militia over here, sorry, men at arms, then you should be able to idle all of blue CC again. And look, more towers. I was talking to Healing Teutonic Fortress about how to play Teutons, and he really emphasized the need to spend the least amount of resources preemptively to stop your opponent's attack right in their tracks. And he did that by means of walling in his wood line very nicely and walling in his stone with the tower. I think 3 towers here is a lot of resources just wasted. Let's take a look at Red's base. Idols everywhere. Oh my gosh. Tons of idols, but he is making the proper counters over here. He's making spearmen, and that's something to be said as well. If you're making the proper counters, that's a step in the right direction. Oh, I can see he doesn't have small trees. Oh, Pengu, if you're watching this, I'm not trying to rip on you. I really appreciate you sending me this video. I just want you to know that you're doing a lot of things correctly, but that lumber camp is bad. I hope you can agree with that as well. He's trying to go for scouts. I don't think the scouts are going to be able to get any damage done, especially since there's spearmen there. So just a couple of tips for you, Pengu. I would definitely recommend getting the small trees mod. I have that one working right now. And what I also like to do is I like to have the idle villager mod. That way you can see when your villagers are not working. Light blue, getting some damage done with these scouts. These scouts don't have any upgrades, however, so they're not going to be super effective, although there are a lot of them. Oh no, not the bell! Instead of using the bell, it's so much better, and this goes for everybody who still clicks the bell. It's so much better to just select and then hotkey garrison, and boom. You have all the units that you need to be in your TC nice and safe. And now you're asking me, yeah, but what about all of the military units? Won't they garrison as well? Yes, they will. But if you alt select, then look, I'm only selecting villagers. Even though there's a whole group of archers over here, I'm selecting everything now. If I alt and then select, I'm only selecting villagers, then I quickly hit garrison, and boom. That's really, really helpful. Ooh. I was hoping that was going to be another mining camp, because then he could mine his main goal from 2 sides. He's kind of making his main goal part of the wall, which I definitely would not recommend. I would recommend maybe walling like this. I know that's quite a long wall. is a tough base to wall for sure. Do really like this game though. Oh wow, look at these farms. Beautiful. Nice eco from light blue. Still don't really agree with those towers. Needs another lumber camp over here. If you only have one lumber camp, I think it's slightly better to have 2 lumber camps. I'm not trying to criticize too much, but if you do want to improve your gameplay, that's definitely something that you can do. Auto reseed is also very nice. I like using that unless you want to keep track of the wood. And it does look like Light Blue is up earlier. He got himself bloodlines, so these scouts have more HP. You should really get the second defense upgrade. And oh, Light Blue! Why? Why does TC? Don't build farming TCs. Farming TCs are bad. Farming TCs are very bad. Why not build it up against the wood line? You get so much more value out of it. Yeah, it's just bad. Oh, I guess you can chop the 2 stragglers for wood, but why not just build it next to... Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? We're going back to wood. We need more wood. We don't have enough wood. Inefficiency galore here. Oh, the back of the wood line. Think about how far these villagers have to walk now. They have to walk all the way around to get to that lumber camp. Meanwhile, Red has really invested into a whole bunch of archers and a whole bunch of spears, which is quite good if you think your opponent is going to go knights. It definitely looks like Light Blue is a slightly faster player, but not by much. And this is what I really like about Red. He's immediately getting his upgrades. He's getting +2 attack. You should always get your attack upgrades for archers and for knights. And Cav, you should always get your defense upgrades. I'm a little bit surprised that Light Blue has not gotten his defense upgrades yet. Definitely a nice time to get Wheelbarrow. Although I think the best time to get Wheelbarrow is probably when you have about 30 to 40 villagers. But once again, what do I know? I'm just Goop Lord. Oh man, this woman. She's going on a journey. She could have chopped the second tree by now. And guess what? She's gonna walk back. Bumping into villagers left and right, only one wood line. Nice farming TC over here. Oh, bump. Let's just bump. Hey, how you doing? Bump, bump. Dude, I'm just trying to... Let me through to this tree. Come on, come on. Yeah, you want to make that as efficient as possible. I think 5 per lumber camp is probably the optimal number. I never do that. I have a lot of bumping going on in my gameplay as well, especially when I am doing infinite archers with Persians. Their archers only cost wood if you get the castle unique deck, which I really like. Red space looking pretty solid. It's looking like just a little bit of a boomy game. Not much happening overall. Here comes the scout. Scout's like, what's up? Why are you chopping lumber so inefficiently? And the men-at-arms are going to do some damage to that scout, but not very much. Another farming. I didn't even realize this TC over here. Oh my god, another farming TC. You gotta love it. You just gotta laugh and enjoy. Oh, wall I'm in. Well, oh, get her. Get her. Oh, she disappeared for a second. Oh no, not Jeffrey. I don't know why, but I like calling my scouts Jeffrey. I'm kind of like Dark Elf in that regard. I like role playing a little bit with my population. And see, this is why it's so bad. Your bill pops out, has nothing to do, and now all of a sudden you have to task a lot more villagers. Whereas if you built this right next to the wood line. You could task them all to wood, and then you could build farms around it. You could still make it a farming PC, but at least you're getting wood. And here too, like what are you getting? Ostrich? You built it next to the ostrich? That ostrich is gonna run out so quick. You could have built it next to the wood and the ostrich. You could have gotten the ostrich, you could have gotten the wood. It would have been quite nice. Anyway, that's my little rant. Handcart coming in. Ooh, we have some two-handed swordsmen coming in pretty soon. And this is just Boom City. Boom City. Low Elo Boom City. See, I like playing really aggressive games. Maybe that's just my style. There's nothing wrong with playing the game how you want to play it. If you like to sit at home and boom, go for it. Sit at home and boom. But if you have an advantage, you should, in my opinion, push that advantage. Let's see where these guys are going. They're going all the way over here. They're going to try and surprise. Surprise! That's like supplies, but it's a surprise. Surprise! Oh, a whole bunch of idle villagers. See, this is where that idle villagers mod comes into play handy. Once again, I'm not trying to rip on anybody. I really do appreciate that these recorded games are being sent in and that people support me and want to see more games. But this is definitely on the lower side of the Elo spectrum. Town bell run again. I guess those bills are not idle anymore. That's a positive. And oh my gosh, massacre on those knights. Absolutely demolished. I wonder if he has any more knights that are being built. What are the upgrades? Only +1. See, if you have so much eco. Oh my god, that castle. That lumber was not efficient enough. So we needed to build a castle so that we could walk all the way around the castle just to get to the trees. Although I think all the trees on this side have been chopped, so now we can make this gold very inefficient. I do love the the row houses. And once again, I think this lumber camp is being built just because of small trees. And now, here comes the train. The only train. It's time to push for Red. He's gonna push this game home. Honestly, he does have the tools to really do some serious damage to... Yeah, see, at least Red is getting his upgrades. +2, +2. Really no need to get the armor, especially if your opponent is not going for skirmishers or archers and stuff. And bell is rung. See, just bring your army nearby at the low elo. Even if you're not doing any damage, just keep it near your enemy. Look how many idle villagers he's just caused. There's 2, 4, 6, 7 in here. This castle is full. This tower is full. Tutin's even garrison more, so that's wonderful. More villagers in here as well. Everything is idle. Absolutely wrecked Blue's eco simply by being here. Simply by just standing here. These villagers did not... Oh, Teutonic Knights. Well, we know what you do with Teutonic Knights. Now, all you need to do is you need to get yourself 29, if I'm not mistaken, Teutonic Knights. Put them in a square formation. Inside that, you're going to want to put some hand cannoneers, and then inside that, put the monks. I do really love that strat from Healing Teutonic Fortress. I think that's really cool. And honestly, I want to test it out. I'm not really a boomer or anything in that nature, but I definitely want to try out the Healing Teutonic Knight gameplay. You know what? After this, why not? Why not? I don't have a life. I play a game. I'm gonna try the strat. Yeah, These Teutonic Knights are getting cleared up, no problem. I don't know how many upgrades are on those, but definitely don't have the numbers. No upgrades once, however. I mean, these guys are beasts, but they're super slow, and so many archers. And Light Blue's eco is just roasted. It's absolutely roasted. Meanwhile, Red's eco by no means is looking great. I mean, these villagers are walking behind this. Oh, elephants! Get it! Get it! Yeah, I really like this. This is wonderful. Villagers are dying left and right, and honestly, if Red just goes imp, this is Chi-Chi right here. So I think the moral of the story is don't hit the bell. Try and make your workers work as efficiently as possible. And that's about it. Big counter units. That's definitely a good thing. Pikemen and archers definitely a counter to knights and scouts. Oof, that lumber camp. This is why you build TCs next to the lumber camp. Alright. I think there's definitely some things that both these players can take away from this. I am just going to fast forward this because I think this is going to just become destruction of Light Blue, if I'm being completely honest. Look at that army. Ooh. Imperial. This is another thing I love about Age of Empires. We have people from all different countries who play. And once again, I really want to say thank you to Tengu for sending me this game. I know it wasn't the most interesting game, but you have to learn how to play Age of Empires. You don't just become decent, and honestly, I'm still quite bad. If I'm being completely honest, I mean, Tengu could probably destroy me. That's not an invitation, Pingu. I don't want to play you one-on-one. I'm scared. But I really like that we have such a nice community. People all over the place. And, yeah. Let's see how this ends up. Oh yeah, ring the bell. So Castle. Destruction City. Petards. Petards! Get him with the petards. I don't know why you would make petards over Teutonic Knights, but that's a thing. I do like how Light Blue is continuing to play. I always hate it when people just forfeit right away, but at this point I feel like it's okay. Skirmishers and the GG is called. Let's see if the skirmishers even had any upgrades. No. Yeah, and that's another thing. Get your upgrades. That's one thing that Red did very, very well. He got his upgrades. He knew what he was going for. He was going to counter blue no matter what. And that's exactly what he did. Absolutely demolished blue. Even though Light Blue, I think, was the slightly faster player. Let's take a look at the statistics. Absolute domination, 3-1 in favor of Pingu on kill the deaths. Way more economy. That bell really hurts if you're clicking that bell. That is not a good thing. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm just working on some uploads, playing some games, having fun with Age of Empires. I hope you're doing the same thing. Once again, thank you so much.